everyone, and happy Tuesday. We are so excited to be here with you today. I'm actually not alone, obviously. Melody is here with me because we have the most amazing project and techniques to show you. And I am taking credit for none of this because it's all Melody. And so instead of me showing you the project, I said, come with me. Let's both show this amazing project.
Well, tell us about the product that we're showcasing first.
Yes. So the product, this is my favorite.
Mine too.
I think I've mentioned this before to this audience, but this is my number one pick from the annual catalog. This is the party bundle. So you've got party alphabet and party banners, and they're bigger than a normal set of dice. So like the pouch is bigger, you've got more sheets in there, and then you've got these really massive banner pieces that are amazing for layering and putting together. So what have you loved about this?
So we had a demonstrator event here at the office a couple weekends ago, and the DDM over the area, our demonstrator development manager, Chad, asked my team, Concept Art, to help create a couple of projects to demonstrate while they were here. And as the team was deciding what they wanted to show, I automatically thought about the alphabet dice because I love them. And I dream about work a lot.
Doesn't everybody dream about work?
Sometimes it's really annoying though because I'd rather sleep. But my muse was talking and talking and talking to me, and I was having a hard time sleeping. But when I got up, I finally just started typing out writing down everything that I could remember, and I came up with 24 ideas on different
24
ideas on how you could do different things with the alphabet dice. And of course, instead of just showing the ideas, I had to make it pretty.
Wait till you see this. It's like the coolest thing ever.
So this is what I made.
I feel like we might need to like,
should we do it overhead?
Yeah, let's do this way, or front camera. So yes, look how big
this is a 16 by 20 frame, and all the 24 ideas that I had. So it's going to take way too long, and we don't have that kind of time or patience today to try to go through all of them, but we can go through some of them. So
we picked three that we're going to go over with you, and don't fret, you'll be able to see the full frame, and we even have some fun resources for you with that. So let's start with the
twine wrapped.
Yes, so we're using the Baker's Twine the Essentials pack. And some of us have our favorite twine that we use out of this. And so depending on who you are, you might have one of these colors left. Use it for this technique. So you just take a piece of the twine.
I've cut this.
Did you layer this?
Yeah. So I cut the ampersand out a few times just to make it a little bit thicker and sturdier. Oh, should we show it off over here?
Yeah, maybe.
So I've layered it, I think 3 times. So the more you put together, the thicker it gets. And then I just put some of the Seal Plus around the arch here where we're going to wrap that. And then you just go around.
Oh, fun. You're going to let me do this one?
Yep.
This was my favorite one of the 24. Let me get here so you can see. So what Melody taught me is that because this isn't going to fit through the ampersand, you just cut different lengths. And if you need to cut more, it's totally fine because you've got adhesive on the back and you can stop and start as you choose. So the longer it is, of course, the tail is going to be, getting in your way, but the shorter, the more you have to cut. So it's really simple and straightforward to do. You can do this while you're chatting. You can test your multitasking skills.
Well, and so for the ampersand, I wrapped just part of it because I couldn't figure out or think through like how am I it's gonna
like all the way around.
So well, just a partial is kind of still fun. But depending on the letter that you're using, you could wrap the whole letter if you wanted to. Or,
like an S would work, right?
Just a continuous. And we've got a finished card that shows a real word, not just an ampersand, so you can see how it works.
So you got that. Like I'll kind of put this over here, but take a look at this card. I mean, look how cute. So just a little section. These letters are a little bit easier because you're not looping through the ampersand, but but it's just really simple and straightforward.
Definitely just wrap and then cut when you're done. So these are just a single layer. So it works either way.
This one you didn't have to stack?
No, I didn't wrap it multiple times or stack them. I just wrapped that way. But this was made with the Sunshine Sailing bundle.
So love that. What's another one you want to share?
Okay, so my favorite one is a marquee because I just love letters. So we have a punch pack that's an online exclusive. This is from the punch assortments or whole punch assortment. Sorry, it's currently unavailable, but add it to your sign up for the tell me when it's back in stock email, and then you'll know. So to make these, you're going to want that 1/8 inch small circle. And I like to make templates for stuff because I know I'm probably going to make more than one. So instead of mapping out where I'm going to punch holes every time, I've just made a template. And you can see how I've drawn lines on the ampersand and my E here, just to know where those circles should be. And I always start where like lines intersect, and then I fill in between. So I've got a line here and a line here, and they're intersections, and then
makes total sense. You can spread them apart however you choose.
Yep.
And then do you just lay this down over the top of that one and just kind of...
Yep. So then you just, whatever color you want, do one at a time because it's a punch. And you're just going to take your pencil and then draw those. The trick with the ampersand, though, is that there is one hole that the punch won't reach.
Oh, what do you do?
Well, I've got a tip for you.
Okay.
So there's a couple different things you can do about it. For my template, I just bent this because it's this one right here.
Oh, okay.
So I bent it, but I don't want a fold on my finished one. So could you hand me your paper snips?
Yes.
So I'm actually going to cut this.
What?
And I'm going to follow this way. So I'm going to cut that and just follow the curve. And then when you stick it down on the white one, you won't even see. So that way, there's my hole. So we're just gonna, oh, I punched the wrong one. Ha ha ha. That's a little finagling in there, but there it is. Okay.
So then when you put it together,
so then when I
you
glue
can't even tell.
You can't even see. So I can show you here on this one. It's cut right here, but it's really not even that noticeable. So yeah, you just come and punch this out, and
so you can all the way around,
and then you glue it to either white, so it looks like marquee lights, or whatever color you want to use, and you just end up with this really cute effect. And I don't need to punch this whole thing. You get the idea.
But then so layering, that makes total sense.
Yep. So you get that really cute effect. But let's look at it's right here.
So take a look at this cute card.
Hey, be mine.
And this one you've got the white behind it, but it's been popped up, so it's subtle.
Yeah, so instead of sticking it straight onto the white cardstock, I've put on dimensionals. So either way works. I like that little bit of depth in there.
So you could do really anything behind there. You could do glitter paper behind there. You could do a different color. You could do yellow.
Foil.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Way fun.
That would be so fun.
Okay, what's our last idea?
Last one is just a simple, I can do this one. Can I just say? I can show this one.
I think you could do any of them, Sarah.
But this one is just drawing a line through. So Melody's already layered up this frameable one. And you can layer it on the white. So this one's just going to be a shadow.
Offset the shadow.
Okay, so that's what this one's going to look like. But what I'm doing is just taking the pen tip, and if I can do this in one, we're just going, it does not have to be perfect, right?
We like the look of it being handmade.
Oh my gosh. It's because I'm live. Don't judge me.
Well, so something else Sarah and I were talking about before we started the video today is she asked me if I drew a pencil line before, and I said, no, I just drew it, but I don't think that there's any shame in drawing pencil lines. You saw on the marquee letter that I did draw pencil lines, and pencils are a great tool to have as a crafter.
There we go. I kind of saved it.
I use a pencil and a ruler at my desk all the time. Just because you can't do it freehand doesn't mean you can't do it, and so use the right tools.
Use the tools you need, And this one, and when it comes all together, like when you put this together with a word, look how cute that is. I think you could even shade it. Like I kind of messed mine up, so I just thickened my line at the top, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
So this card is super cute.
Darling dinos.
I feel like 3-letter words are a safe bet, but I'm thinking like my name is a 4-letter word, so I could kind of stack those and make it work.
Use like a slimline card or something longer. Yeah.
Great idea.
You know, frame it.
So Melody couldn't just show you the 24
Yeah.
techniques.
Well, I
She's
wanted
like, I'll
you
show
to see
6.
something that was a little less overwhelming. So if you look at overhead again. So if you wanted to do something like this for yourself, this is an 8x10 frame, so you can fit 6 of them in there. Or if you don't want ampersands, you could spell something. So, I mean, it's up to you.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah. Lots of different ideas.
You could do a Christmas thing. It could be joy.
Yeah, that would be
right?
really fun.
That would be so fun. And even just center it that way. But let's see that 24.
The whole big mammoth again. If we can get it all in here. Okay, so
I kind of want to, can we point out some of these?
So this is stitching. So I actually just poked holes with my take your pick tool and then took my baker's twine, pulled some of the threads out, and then just stitched it. This is specialty paper. This is just faux stitching I drew with a marker, the marquee we saw.
And you can, like, I can tell where the cut is, but you wouldn't be able, like, you can't tell.
I think it's subtle enough.
Yeah, I
in
think
person.
I wouldn't have, I would have never known.
Yeah. Then the fringe.
This one looks like it was intense.
It was.
Okay.
All honesty, because there's so many curves, it was pretty intense. So if you're going to do the fringe, just be aware anything with a curve, you're going to have pieces that are going to fall off, so you're going to have to glue them back together. But
got it. I love this
really cute.
kind of
the beveled.
Yeah.
And then you can make a stencil out of your dies, color blocking ribbon.
This is the one that caught my attention too. Between these two, these were where I went first, because this is just ribbon laid side by side and cut out around there.
Of course, stamping, the bevel, drawing an outline around the edges.
The one we've done.
And we just did stamping words on your alphabet dies. So if that was like a T, you could do the thanks. It'd be really cute. The partial cut negative, another favorite of mine. Then we've got the ombre, an embossing folder, lots of bling, which is another really fun way to use up any like retired or products that you have lots of. Make it up, you know.
The outline.
This one I love doing an outline and actually use a protractor for that.
Okay, wait.
You want to see that?
Yes,
Real
I
fast?
do actually.
Okay, we're gonna show you 4. Hand me that gray one.
Bonus.
Okay, so I had lots of people say I haven't used one of those since elementary school. You probably haven't. Like, who needs these in their everyday life? So protractor, I'm going to use the pointy tip here. I've got this attached to my white willow here. You're going to put the pointy end against your letter and trace.
So you're keeping your right hand pretty steady.
Yep.
And then turning with the other one. Kind of like you use scissors, right? Okay.
So yeah, you just kind of go along this way and it helps create that outline.
Even.
Yep. Nice even outline. I mean, you can freehand that if you want to, but I'm a little retentive, so.
Hey, you talked about having the proper tools on hand, and you do.
Why not? Why not?
Use them.
So yeah, cut that out, and then you have that letter. So this here, and then I put letters together all the time and do a whole word all at the same time, and then I keep those as a template too. This is just some hand-drawn detail, lots of tiny
oh my gosh
little flowers, super fun. This is the two-tone cardstock, so you get the light and the dark pink.
The depth there.
This one is putting some die cuts on your paper before you cut it out, and then you get that kind of faux embossed look.
Love this one.
That one, when I pulled the die off, it was like, oh, I really loved it.
This is amazing.
Yeah. And then we've just got some more fun with our two-tone cardstock on this one.
Beautiful and amazing. Never fear. I know you'll be able to rewatch the video if you want to look back at these, but we also will be posting this PDF so that you can see the colors that Melody used and a picture of the frame and what each one is that we've walked through today. So you'll have this resource. This would be a fun kind of a technique class, I guess you could do, and do a framed piece or some different cards like this along with it. So this is just something fun to be able to use in your crafting, whether it's for one piece altogether or individual pieces.
Well, and the more that I've even shared this idea, the more my brain has been like, well, you could use those two together, and then you have more ideas that come out of it. So, yeah,
it'll be more than 24.
Oh yeah.
You've already got another list.
I've already got some other ones at home that didn't fit on the frame that have happened since I've made the frame. But yeah, there's always more fun to have with these alphabet dies. So,
which you need. If you don't have them, you need them. I promise. Trust us.
I just bought a second set.
I was just going to ask, I'm like, how many do you own, Melody?
Yeah, just ordered another one because there's lots of words that have the multiples of the same letter, and I'm just
you just want to
not
be able
patient enough to cut them out twice. I just want to cut them. So, yeah.
Love it. It'll be worth the investment. Abby, do we have any comments or questions that we need to answer while we're here?
So many people just mind blown.
Right?
Yeah, I've been crafting for a long time now, and I feel like this is one of the best things I've ever made. So I love
It's
it.
awesome. So awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to
welcome.
look back through the questions and comments that you have. So if we didn't answer any of yours or see it, then we can go back through and address those. So thanks for joining us today, everybody.
Well, and definitely post
Yes.
what you've made. If
So
you
if
use
you-
any of these ideas, go for it.
Please do.
Yeah.
We always love to see what you create so that it inspires all the rest of us.
Yeah.
So thanks, Melody,
Yeah,
for
thank
being
you.
awesome. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.